Hello, students. I welcome you once again to the Everyday Student Podcast. We hope and believe you are having a wonderful weekend and you are making books your companions in your various homes. We encourage you to continue to subscribe to the channel CNC Edu Consult TVGH1 and Glorycom Lahona Teens TV. This is a program put together by CNC Education Consult and Glorycom Lahona Children Home. We want you to take every bit of it. All the episodes are equally important. They are practical lessons we offer you on weekly and weekend basis that will help you progress through your academic journey and be the best you can. Tonight or today, we are looking at episode 9 of the Everyday Student Podcast. And the topic we are looking at is time. Time, Time, time. It is recorded in the scriptures. I must do the work of him that sent me while it is day, for the night cometh where there can be no labor performed. I must do the work of him that sent me while it is day, for the night cometh when there can be no labor performed. This is recorded in the Bible, and this was a declaration Christ was giving. And if Christ, being the most just, most perfect, it's taking time seriously, how much more you students, how much more us? It means time is a precious commodity. We need not waste time at all because time wasted is never regained. We encourage you to make good use of your time because time is never for you. Time comes, it goes, it comes, it goes. No matter how long the day is, surely the night will come. And no matter how night is thick, definitely the day will surely come. We want you to make sure you are using time judiciously. You are using time judiciously in your academic work and even in your entire life. Because when you lose that precious commodity time, you will never have it back. It means what is intended to be done today, 8 p.m., if it is not done, the time goes. And procrastination, they say, is the thief of time. Procrastination. Students, those who keep on saying, oh, tomorrow I shall do this, tomorrow I shall do that, oh, let me just sleep a bit, let me rest a bit, let me relax. The books, let them stay, tomorrow I shall do it. When the moment you continue doing this, definitely you will be caught up with time and you see that you have not actually achieved anything because you keep on procrastinating. I believe students, learners, those within the sound of my voice, I believe you know the popular story, a folk tale about the vulture. The vulture. We all see or know the vulture, and we all know that the vulture has no permanent home. And a story is attributed to why the vulture hasn't got a home because we believe or we read that among all the birds, vulture was one of them who keeps procrastinating. It keeps saying, when the rain stops, I will build a house. The rain stops, the vulture keeps saying, when the sun sets or when the sun rises, it will build its house. This was what kept on going until the vulture hasn't got a home. So when you see the rain falling, the vulture is in there being beaten by the rain. When the sun is up, you see the vulture under the sun, the scorchy sun, which is why you see the vulture's head always bald. I mean, this shouldn't be your case. Anyone who keeps procrastinating, who keeps postponing important things that should have been done today to a next day or a next time will definitely end up like the vulture. That is not what we wish for you from CNC Education Consult on this podcast. That is why we are reiterating the importance of time. Students in school, time is very important. That is why you have what we call timetable. On the timetable, you have allocated subjects and periods or times that have been given for each. When you miss this period, that means you have missed that lesson. And at home, one thing you can do is to prepare what we call a time management chart. Time management chart. This time management chart should entail your 24-hour activities. That means when you wake up, all you do till late in the night. So all the activities, you state them. So if, let's say, your daily or your 24-hour activity is waking up, you list it. Waking up, doing house chores, brushing your teeth, cooking or getting ready for school, going to school, returning from school, being put together, or do house chores, do your homework, rest a little, learn for the night, and retire to bed. Pray and retire to bed. This your itinerary for a 24-hour may differ from what I've just stated. This is just an example. So you list all the activities you do in a day, which is 24 hours. 24 hours make a day. So all the activities, you list them, then you allocate time for each activity. So what time do you spend in cooking? What time do you spend in eating? What time do you spend from home to school? If you are commuting to school, how many hours do you spend? This may depend on the location of your house from the school. If you are taking a trotro or a taxi to school, what time do you spend? If you are walking, if you are biking, what time do you spend? You make sure you allocate time for all these activities. And one thing I want you to take note in the allocation of time is make sure you spend more time on activities that will yield positive results and spend less time on those that will not yield anything positive. So, for instance, take these two activities: studies and then eating. These are two activities. These two activities are equally important, but there is one that is more important than the other, although both are important. So, what it means here is that you allocate less time for eating, which means you shouldn't spend so much time eating. If you are taking your breakfast between 5 to 10 minutes, you should be done with your breakfast. If it is lunch, between 10 to 15 minutes, you should be done. But when you go for studies, your studies at most should be an hour. That is at home. On your personal timetable, you allocate an hour for each subject. And I also taught you that it is always advisable that since there's a lot, or since you do a lot when you return from school, it's always good you just allocate time for two subjects on your personal timetable: a core subject and an elective. Never you miss core, or never you put several core subjects on your personal timetable at home. What it means is that core subjects are broad, electives are a bit okay. So one core subject, it's enough, and an elective will do for just the night, because when you return from school after house chores, you take a nap. From your nap, you will have to do assignments that were given at school, and then from there, before you come and learn. So it's always good you reduce the workload on your personal timetable by allocating just two subjects. Then at the end of the day, you sit and assess yourself, self introspection or self assessment. Okay, today I spent, let's say, 15 minutes on food, 1 hour on studies, 10 minutes for getting ready for school, 6 minutes commuting to school. All these you put them together. So you now sit back and ask yourself, okay, the time I've allocated for each of these activities, are they good enough? Definitely in your self-assessment, you may see that some of the activities, time allocated was either more or less. Then you make the necessary adjustment. This is what we call a time management plan or a time management chart. This chart should be drawn and then pasted in your learning space. Don't forget, I taught you learning spaces in one of the episodes. So it's very important you have your time management chart neatly drawn with all the 24-hour activities, time allocated, and then your remarks, which will help you to be the best. What is more important here is that know that time is a precious commodity. Time comes and goes. You don't sit. When you sit idle, time wouldn't come and sit with you. Time moves whilst you sit. Time moves whilst you play more. Time moves whilst you keep postponing or procrastinating whatever you need to do in order to succeed. I advise you and encourage you not to postpone things that you need to do today for the next day because you don't know what tomorrow holds. Every time counts. Every minute, every second, every hour counts. Try to make good use of each of these allocations and then be better today than you were yesterday, and then be potentially or pray or try your very best to be better tomorrow than you are today. We wish you all the best. CNC Education Consult, Gloricom Lihona Children Home. Parents, we encourage you to help your children who do not have access to phones. So you subscribe to our YouTube channel, CNC Edu Consult TVGH1, and then Gloricom Lihona Teens TV, where we have the Everyday Student podcast arranged in episodes that will help your children to be the best. Practical information or practical skills are there, and we know that when all these skills are properly implemented, the sky will not be the limit of your children, but it will be a stepping stone for greater days and times ahead. We wish you all the best. In case you want us to be educational coaches, parents, in case some of your children need help with any subject, reach out to us. We have storybooks that facilitate intentional reading, comprehension, writing, and speaking. We have science, technology, engineering, mathematics, robotics, and all that will help your children to be the best. Reach out to us on +233 540 230 709 +233 540 230 709 or 0208477 CNC Education Consult. Tomorrow begins today and now. Bye bye.